Hey YouTube.
What's up, YouTube?
Hey YouTube.
This is Carrie.
I'm DeeDee.
And this is the Carrie and DeeDee show.
What's going on?
Alright, so usually we come on, we do our little thing about celebrities, but this time we figured we'd come on and talk about something that we don't like. We're a big family. It's 9 of us all together, 7 children, my wife and I. Probably the last of the Mohican families. And let me tell you something. I hate going to Walmart and having all these bitches look dead at me and counting up my fucking kids, looking at my kids from eye to eye, from child to child to see if they resemble me and my wife. These are our fucking kids. I mean, who would fucking roll around with 7 extra fucking bodies with them? This is just fucking ridiculous. And we're, relatively young. Why would you want to roll with 7 other people's children? What do you... You remember that bitch followed us through the store?
Is when they ask how old, trying to figure out my age.
Yeah.
So they want to know, how early I started.
Yeah, and then looking at you, because you skinny, he was like, the way she had them turned. I really hate that.
Where do you think she came from?
That's what I'm saying. Then they be eyeing the fucking kids down. I mean,
count them.
Count. And then look at me, look at her. Look at me, look at another one, look at her.
They look just like you.
Oh, they look like they dead. Oh, yeah. Look, they all my kids. There was a bitch follow us through the store, giggling, just smiling.
Remember the pastor?
Yeah.
The pastor asked, what did he say? He said, why or something. Like, what you mean, why or something?
I'm like, you're a pastor. You know
Did
why.
He say you have 10?
Yeah,
or
you got 11 kids from 2-3 different women, and you asking us why. Oh, that's fucking ridiculous. It just wears me out. That wore me out. And then that other person walking through the store just counting and following and then shaking my hand every fucking 5 minutes. The fuck you shaking my hand for?
You should ask him.
It caught me off guard because it's almost like being a fucking celebrity. You walk in with 7 kids and a wife. Oh, y'all together. You remember every time we go to the fucking doctor's office when we was having another one, y'all must be Christians.
Because
so
Christians
only
have
Christians
a lot
have a lot
of
of kids. I know a lot of Christians. They got 2 kids.
Or one.
Or none. Praying for a child.
And that's just fine.
Yeah, it wears me out. All that wears me out, man. And I hate going to Walmart, period, anyway.
I just hate going when it's crowded.
Oh, man.
I don't like when people stand in the middle of the aisle with their basket and you see people trying to pass. If you see somebody coming in, especially if the person say, excuse me, why don't you move over? Just move over, because if you get rammed with the basket, then it's going to be a problem.
Why hold up the fucking aisle?
When
I just be pushing through. I really do push through.
Yeah,
like,
just push through.
This
you don't want to move, then maybe somebody needs to move you.
Yeah, you need to be shook, bitch, because obviously you don't realize.
And
you know what? I got 7 kids and ain't none of them screaming and yelling through the store. I'm not picking on races, but I'm just saying. Teach your child before you bring it to the fucking store to not be screaming and shit. It's usually the ones who got on full-on wedding dresses 6 years old.
Who would dress a little child in a wedding dress? A wedding dress all over the place with sandals.
Yeah. That just be wearing me out. That really wears me out. And it was like... and they were so fucking happy to have that dress on.
A big long dress.
No, this is wild. This is wild. And then looking at me, I got a boot on. I got a torn Achilles tendon. And them same little kids with the wedding dress be looking at me like...
It's not wedding dresses, actually.
What are they?
Sundresses. Just long ones.
Covering everything. I thought a sundress kind of, do that thing that y'all do with y'all clothes. Not no fucking wedding dress. Fucking sundress. And I'm not picking on the races. I'm just saying.
What you mean? What kind of kid you saw in the sundress? In a wedding dress?
It was a kid of Hispanic background. Full-on wedding dress. I'm just saying. I'm not picking on nobody. I don't like it when they looking at me stupid and you got on a wedding dress.
Well, you can't fault the child. It's
The
person
mama
who
be
put it
having on the fucking wedding dress all the
There
time.
you go. Them people over here. Oh my gosh.
Lord, and them fucking muffin tops, man. Like,
Don't pick on
if
people.
you are not in shape, don't wear your midriff out.
If you look, if you want to wear your midriff out, wear it out. It's your business.
Don't do it.
It's nobody
Don't do
else's
it.
business.
Don't
If you
do
want
it.
to wear your muffin top out, wear it out. If you feel good about that,
And know what else?
hey,
Don't put on
who
no
am I?
tight pants if your ass look like it's been kicked clean in. I'm just saying. I be fucking looking at that shit. I'm like, nah, them pants are tight.
If you want to wear your
And
tight
your
pants,
ass look like it's been kicked
you
in
wanna,
and
you
pushed
know,
out to the front.
right.
You got your midriff out, your stomach is sticking up, and your ass is washed,
if
board,
people,
flat.
but no, seriously, if
You
people,
want that shit to be backwards. You want your stomach to be washboard and your ass to stick out, not your ass to be
if people
washboard.
want to wear their tight pants and let their stomachs hang out, that's on them. It ain't for us to be judging people if they want to wear, wear they fat out.
Man! And then the other thing is,
I don't want to see
Walmart
it, but
must be where you go to look like a celebrity.
I've heard that people be saying everybody be coming to Walmart
I've seen
to
more of them,
dress up.
them wigs where you can see the line. I mean, your hairline starts like
Not way down
here.
there.
Not, I see wigs where it be like this.
Well, it just be sitting on the head sometimes.
I'm like, God damn. You didn't notice that you had a weave and the track is showing and you got to pull
You talking about tracks or the lace?
Well, both kind of work hand in hand, don't they? Because it's like, it's wild. It's wild in Walmart, man. It's wild. Especially when you got all them kids and people looking at you, they're being discreet, but yet
nosy.
Nosy.
You just want
counting up your kids.
Are those all your kids? If they weren't, they wouldn't be with me.
Yeah.
Why you want to know? First off, what's it to you?
Whose fucking business is it,
At first, I was like, be nice with people, but now I'm just like,
I be letting them bitches have
whatever.
Fuck it.
It's not really a big deal. I'm not mad, so.
I'm tripped out because it's like, you don't look like you could have a kid.
Yes, I do.
No, I'm not talking about you, the people who say that.
Oh, they probably
don't look like they can have a kid. And a lot of them probably have a lot of kids
but you know
and
what?
no man.
And some people like children, so when they see a lot of kids, they're just drawn to that. A lot of people just love children. It's
a lot of people are just nosy.
Yeah, that too. But I might be nosy too. So, I might see something about them I want to ask. So I'll let them ask.
And then, I be asking people stuff. I'll fucking ask them.
So where you from? You know, how many kids you have? You been married before? Divorced? What? You want to get in my business, I can get in yours.
I mean, really being cool. How long y'all been married?
Right.
How old is the first child?
Yeah, this one woman asked me, well, how old were you? Well, she was trying to see if the numbers was going to add up. I'm like, child.
Are you out of your mind? These are little children. We started late.
But
he was 22 and I was 26.
But people don't be thinking that I'm as old as I am. They be thinking that I'm like 20-something.
Oh.
So that's why they asked. Remember I told you the lady in the doctor's
don't
office?
crack. So
the lady asked me how old I was. She's like, you look like I look younger.
Yeah, because I'm not picking on races, but some people do get old looking real fast. And those be the ones asking.
My thing is just do the best that you can do with what you got.
Yeah.
Cause you know what, you didn't make yourself, so you didn't know that you was gonna crack and get old young.
Yeah.
Or you didn't know.
You didn't know that you was gonna have a baby, and
blow
never,
up.
Yeah,
I
never
mean,
lose.
you didn't know that. That's not your fault.
Yeah, it ain't your fault. But don't be fucking with people who ain't got that problem.
Right.
Exactly. Give everybody else a chance.
If everybody don't have, the fat gene, don't get mad. And if you got it, more power to you.
Hold it down.
Look, we are all special in our own way.
Hold it down.
You are beautiful no matter what they say.
You are beautiful no matter what they say.
You have to believe that. You have to believe in yourself and know that you're beautiful. Because if you don't believe it, nobody else is going to believe it. Yeah. So, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's not all about, all that other stuff. It's not all about,
And when you see people with 7 kids, don't say, I wouldn't have had that. Because many times, you don't even have the man for the child that you have already. And you, oh, I wouldn't have had 7.
Well, they don't have 7. You didn't have 7, so
That
that's
ain't
your
got nothing to do with
business.
you.
You have
And
how many you
I
want
mean,
to
do
have.
you have the man for the
You don't
child
need
that
a
you
man. You
have?
could just have 7 for
Well,
all
no, because
different
they be
men.
looking at us and it's like, oh, I wouldn't have had 7 children. Do you have the man from the first child or the second one that are those two
But
the
that's
same
why they
dad?
wouldn't have had 7.
You know, it's like, come on, don't do that. Don't pick on people that can read you back. It's
They
like,
ain't picking on me because
don't be talking
if you you
all
do
over the
you,
world and
do
shit.
you, and I'm gonna do me.
Yeah, I just
Do what you want and mind your own business.
and the other thing I hate is when you show like I typically wear a suit. This is not always my garb, but I hate when you walk in the store without a suit on.
The
You
way
don't
get
get the
treated.
same treatment.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the fuck? Yesterday I was sir. Today I'm bruh, and you checking my bags. Yesterday, oh, walk on through, sir.
Next time I go in Walmart, I'm walking right through. I'm not showing you my ticket because I done paid for this shit and it's paid for and I'm gone.
And that be wearing me out too.
After you done paid for your stuff, you gotta go and they gotta check your ticket. Like
I saw a lady the other day. She
you
pulled out
can
her
walk
ticket.
right through.
Tampons right here. Yeah, right here.
Right.
Vinegar. You know what I'm gonna do with that? I mean,
like you want to see what was on a ticket.
These lemons is for the same thing, baby. Now, what you want? What you want?
What the lemons was for?
She said for the same thing. So I guess she gonna squeeze them in her coochie.
You put lemons in there?
I don't know. I ain't got no coochie.
I never really heard of that. All right.
But she got mad. She was like pissed
I
off.
don't blame her. She probably was upset.
It's like people don't even trust you when you don't have a suit on. If you roll up with a suit on, you may not get trusted. But if you roll up with regular clothes on, you get treated like you don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand this world, man. It's wearing me out.
Crazy.
But this is some stuff that we wanted to throw out there.
But I know one thing I want to talk about. You know what? Having a lot of kids is fun, but it's hectic too, because children do the craziest things, right?
Oh,
they do the weirdest things. It's like, okay, our son Sky is what, 9. He goes behind a bookshelf, a big tall bookshelf in his room. Why he's trying to move the bookshelf to get an ink pen from behind, and he's so desperate to get the ink pen from behind the bookshelf. So he's trying to move the bookshelf and knock the whole thing down and collapse and breaks it all. We walk in, he's shaking on the side of the bed like somebody done him something.
Yeah, like
he's innocent and somebody's about to come get him for something he didn't do.
Yeah, he's looking like this.
Like he's in shock. Like you just knocked the bookshelf down. You're trying to move a heavy bookshelf to get an ink pen and you're not even using a pen. Something is behind it. I was trying to get it. You could have left it there. I don't get it. And it's just one of several things.
I guess that's the fun kid because he
thinks he's Spider-Man.
He thought he was Spider-Man. He is in a closet. In a closet.
I think he's
climbing on the fucking pole and crushed crushed into the wall and left a nice big hole a big slit in the wall in the closet. It's like, why you do that?
He don't know. He always looked like he's been shot. Thought
he was a monkey, and the towel rack in the bathroom, hanging on it. Yank that bitch down, and it's always him. Oh, we have 7 kids, so it's a delightful situation. You never know what's going on. We have one kid, Kerry Jr. He thinks he's supposed to fix everything
and breaking it.
My wife had a treadmill. There's a key that goes with the treadmill. I saw that kid looking at that. I really did.
And when he was looking at it, that's when you got to check it.
And his mind was like,
I'm going to get that check.
I can fix that so you don't even need that key anymore.
And broke it.
Broke the key off in the thing. It doesn't work when the key is broke off in it. Whole treadmill, $300-400 gone. and
you don't know what
all the DirecTVs, you remember?
He broke them all.
Take the card out.
Yeah, a little, and bent it up, and then
put it back in.
Couldn't use it. He just did that over and over and over until it was all.
And good
DVD players. How many broke out? 5 of those.
And now we got them all got a PlayStation in their room. Because it has a DVD player on it. And
That's the closest thing they coming to a DVD player.
We are
because we ain't buying a new one.
Because there won't be any new stuff. And toys, Christmas. I mean, it's just wild, man. It's just wild. We got one kid that just keep on turning her room around.
Oh, she stopped that.
Oh, she did?
Don't put on blast like that. She stopped that.
Oh, she stopped. Oh, yeah, because everything is in the situation now.
Yeah.
But at first,
she stopped that. Child.
At first, it was she get the broom and she just start doing.
Well, at least she was cleaning.
Yeah, she was cleaning. Because we got one that don't clean nothing. if there was a older child, you know how they call him sister and brother, he would be brother. He don't do shit. He smiles a whip. He don't fucking do shit. He in there. Oh, it's dirty.
Walk right past it. Who's supposed to do that? Not me. Who cleaning that shit?
That ain't mine, right? You don't want me to clean this bathroom.
I know. I ain't touching that.
Well, I don't really remember.
They don't even pay attention. They don't even care.
I don't even remember pissing on the toilet.
They don't care. Piss on it, walk out, go play. I don't know who did that. Who did that? I don't know. Maybe the other one did it.
And then they always look crazy when you check them. It's like,
you know what? It'd be a look like, damn, I didn't think they was gonna catch me. Don't you think?
You remember
like we not in here.
Stealing the candy.
Oh gosh. Oh my God. And what happened?
You came and
taking candy and eating it, hiding in the room, hiding in the bathroom.
Popsicles and all. She
had
a whole thing going.
Take popsicle, Herbert, eat it. Somebody comes, you throw it under the bed. Throw it under the bed like I wasn't gonna find it.
It was so funny. My wife walked in the room and said, "Now, you ain't gonna do that no more, right?" Child looks up with the most beautiful expression in the world. No, mommy, I am not gonna do that anymore. And my wife, she's an investigator, right? PI, you understand?
You have to be.
She walk in there, she's like, okay, and then
they won't be building no bomb in here.
And all of a sudden, under the mattress,
all the candy paper,
popsicle sticks, and then child looked up with the most endearing look and said, "No, mommy, I'm never gonna steal anything again." And then the other kids, because it's 7 of them. Well, we had about 6 at that time. It's 6 of them at that time. So they was, well, if she can steal, then I'm gonna steal. And of course, Bailey being, the next
he ended up with some candy.
Yeah,
always find it.
Always find it. It's amazing the things that they think they can get away with. I mean, sneaking on the internet and stuff. It'd be like, get your ass off of that, please. What the fuck you doing?
And I always bust him. I told him, there's nothing you can do that I am not going to know about. Because trust me, I will find out. Just haphazardly.
Walk through.
Find out. Even when I'm not looking, I just could tell when they up to something.
And they always up to something. Always. There's never a moment. Never a dull moment.
Was in her room, and she just sitting there looking crazy. So I'm like, what's wrong? What you doing? I'm like, oh, you want to paint? No. Okay. Well, you can go and paint. Now it's the weekend. You can go ahead and draw your, make some drawings or whatever.
Do your designs and stuff.
And then, why I see paint on something? Why I look and happen to see paint on something? Like, how does this paint is wet? How does it get here? Well, no, she had a painting there where she had already been drawing.
Yeah.
And it was wet. So I'm like, this looked like fresh paint. Oh, gosh. Look at her face. Like, damn, she caught me. But it was no reason to lie. Like, I told you already. When I said that you could paint, it's fine. It's the weekend. You can go ahead on and do that. She should have been said, oh, I already started. I already did. Okay, cool. Go ahead, finish. No. Why? Then she had another wet paint up, I guess, under the bed. I don't know.
It's amazing.
It's just crazy.
When you got this many children, man, we need a reality show because there's something going on all the time, and then we homeschool. Even bigger, man. So we're with the kids all day, and there's something going on all the time. We got one Ronnie. He come in. He's a paper stealer. He likes to draw too. So every time you look around, he walking up to the desk.
He look around.
Look around.
Grab paper. Quick. and run with it.
And I stopped him. What you doing? What that is?
Paper.
You look at you like, are you the
Paper.
stupid one, or is it me? Paper. What else in that other hand? Pencil.
He go draw.
He's drawing his, and he do a lot of other crazy shit too. You just, but we got one that's a sweetheart though. She's a real sweetheart.
Which one is that?
Yana. She don't really do too much.
Yeah, Carriana. She's a sweetheart and told me that sitting in a chair pretend driving is getting old. And she want to drive a real car. 4 years old. Telling me fake pretend driving in sitting in a chair is getting old. She really want to drive a real car and want to get a driver's license. At 4.
She's a born model too. She's trying to work on that figure. All the kids get the big plate.
She don't eat nothing. She get little bitty plate.
But
what
just
you
like
give her, 2
teaspoons of rice and a teaspoon of beans, but she eat like a model though. That little stuff,
but
yeah.
She like cake.
But junk, cake, pizza, hamburger, something like that. Well, not burgers, but cake and pizza. Gone, just like a model.
They eat that cake? I'm surprised.
They love that shit, but they don't eat the real food. It's wild when you got this many kids. It's amazing, man. One day we'll do a post where we let y'all really into the life and see what's going on. Just have the camera running, and you'll see. It's a TV show in here. It is literally a TV show in here. A TV show.
Carriana, she's a sweetheart.
And then we got Mickey.
She's an
alien. She come in and Mariah
scream
Carey.
For nothing, just scream.
For nothing. She want everybody to do what she want them to do. Everybody.
She pulls the bigger ones around, like come on.
They don't even exist. Your whole existence is to please me. And
she want to get away.
And she'll grab them like, bitch, please come here, come this way.
Come on, no.
Right now, I'm on. Yeah, just like that. I'm only 1.5. So
and you ordering people around already.
Just like, yeah, and don't even care.
And then when she don't get away, she screams.
Got her own bed.
And want to fight.
Every night, I stay up a little extra just to make sure I'm like Nanny 911. I watch her. She open up the door. She walk out the room, looking around, making that dash for the bedroom to go sleep next to mommy. I stop her. You can go on back to your room. 1 hour later, same thing. Open up the door. Then somewhere around the time I go to sleep and the time I wake up, she done made her way in, and she right up under mommy where she had planned on being. She the last child, so it's all good.
For now, but that ain't gonna be happening when she's 3 and 4, 5. I can't sleep good like that.
No, I can't sleep good like that.
You gotta go sleep in your own bed.
Well, that'd be very good protection for us not having more children, because if the kid is already in his bed, it makes you think, nah, going to sleep. But anyway, you two, that's us. We're Carrie and DeeDee. Big family, 7 kids, and mommy and daddy.
Yes, and I am DeeDee, and this is Carrie.
Yeah.
Because Carrie could be a girl name.
But DeeDee is
it's not a boy name.
Yeah, it's typically girls.
Well, who knows? It could be. It really don't matter.
But I'll tell you this much. If you're married, stay together. It pays you to learn your person, your spouse, and be with them. Go through all your arguments and wake up the next day and be ready for the next one, because love and life is the same. You go on by yourself and what you got. Well,
it depends on the relationship.
If y'all started off fighting each other, you still, find a happy ground.
If it's a situation that's just too much,
I don't really think there's a dire situation. I think you can make it. I think you can make it if you go and get some help.
Yes, I do think there are dire situations.
You can go and get some help now.
Some people don't need to be.
If you're married to a gay man, then okay. Well, if you didn't know that, then all right. There's something interesting here.
Well, there are other situations where they may be.
But if you're married to somebody who y'all trying to know each other, 1 year is not enough time.
And some women might be fine being married to a gay man as long as they know. As long as they know what's going on, they might be okay with it. To each his own, and it depends on their situation. Everybody's situation is different.
Situation.
If that's your thing,
all I'm saying is that if you're together, be together. Take some time and pay attention. If you want to be together,
be together. If you don't,
well, you want to be together because you wouldn't have took that fucking time out to spend the $250 for the license and then took all that other money and paid for the wedding. We went just as a piece, and we've been getting along with people who got married. My sister was married and divorced within 6 months.
A lot of people,
and it was a big wedding.
When people get together, they assume that they're gonna be together forever. But then once they get with the person, they realize this isn't this. I don't want this. You know, this ain't what I didn't know you well enough. So I didn't know you was gonna do all this shit. I didn't know you was gonna do all this shit.
I would just like to ask you one question. Are you for people get married? Or are you not for people get married? Because you sound like
no. I'm not for.
You're putting a damper on me telling people to stay together. You're like, bitch, leave.
No,
leave as fast as you can, bitch. Leave. Get the fuck out of that cut.
I'm not for or against what anybody else want to do. It's your situation. It depends on your situation.
But I think people need somebody somebody who's married to look at them and say,
that
stick with it and work on it because there's no such thing as a good man or a good woman.
Right, but what
there's
only
situations where
it could be a positive outcome. Every marriage isn't.
Well, I don't think any marriage has a positive outcome because somebody got to die for it to be over.
Well, what I'm saying is, most people don't feel that there are enough positive examples of married couples. And so what you're saying is there are. We're saying that it stays, but you can't stay for every situation. Is what I'm saying.
I think that even if you're some situations, because there are some crazy bitches out there that are beaters and killers and stuff like that. But in the situation, if you're with somebody that y'all just not seeing eye to eye for a year, y'all just got married or you've been married a few years.
I would say I would definitely
give it some time because
you're still learning.
You shouldn't even
Yeah, just a year. You don't get married to just break up after 1 year. Give it time, but
but now if you're in a relationship, and I read the Bible a whole lot, I still got my issues. I love cussing. That's me. That's who I am. I don't know if I'm gonna change that right away. But I read the Bible and it says that you shouldn't do that. But I really think that there are situations where a woman got married to this guy and she really didn't know him, and he's literally put your hands on you type person, and then not for loving situations, for fighting. And I think that nigga needs to be, left. And shouldn't even have no kids with him because you don't want no tie at all. You want to high and by. But in situations where you are just with somebody, y'all arguing every day because he still like to, lead the toilet seat up. So that can be worked on.
If it's issues that ain't really about anything, you don't break up because
you squeeze the toothpaste from the back, I squeeze it from the front.
That's petty. I mean, when it's something like that's no reason to say, hell with this, I want to leave. But a lot of people do break up over silly stuff.
Yeah.
But because you feel like I can't be myself, oh my gosh, and he like this and I don't like that, you don't feel like y'all have a lot in common. But those things are really small. Those issues aren't things that should cause you to break up. But I'm saying that there's a lot of cheating and just craziness going on. If you don't want to go through that, I don't think you should have to stay married to somebody that's treating you that way, whether it be the male or the female.
True.
So that's why I say it depends on the situation.
But then, I think that people should literally.
I think you should do what you want to do.
Fucking with.
I think it's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
If you know who you're fucking with, then you know who you married. And I think a lot of cases, people know who they married beforehand. You know who you was fucking with before you even fucking.
And if you know what you was getting into, you know who you was messing with. Well,
you met him cheat. You took him from another woman, or he took you from another man, and y'all got married. That's something else gonna happen. You,
when y'all get married, well, you see a lot of women.
I don't get that whole term cheating. It's like y'all in a race and
You see a lot of women stay with a guy that other people would assume.
Before me by cutting.
A lot of women stay in a relationship with a guy who other people assume that he's not, that assume that isn't good for her. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people say, will question, why are you with this guy when he treats you so bad? Even and then you go and marry him. But like you're saying, that means she knew what he was about before she married him, and she wanted to marry him anyway. So she's staying because she knew this all the while. But some people don't understand.
What I don't like is when you go through that whole, you knew who you was fucking with. You knew that nigga. You knew who he was before you married him. You knew that he liked, side ass. He was doing that to you beforehand, and then you marry him, and then you divorce him and say, "Oh Lord, I had to get out of that." You didn't even have to get into it. You knew him. You knew he wasn't going to change, even though he probably said it to you, or you just felt it in your spirit that he was going to change.
Most people don't want to be treated bad. Most people don't want somebody.
I think a lot of people want to be treated
bad. I don't think so. I don't think you go into something when you care about somebody wanting them to treat you bad. That's why you hope that the person would change. You give him a chance to say, well, I knew he was doing this, but as he get older, he's gonna mature and he's gonna change.
He's gonna get better at it.
But what I'm saying is, you don't go into. I don't think nobody want to go through stuff like that when you're caring about somebody. You don't just say, oh, I want to go through this craziness. Yeah, I want to go through all this drama. Who really want to do that? If it's somebody that you don't care about and it's just like, oh, whatever, I don't really care, you move. But when it's somebody that you care about, do you really want to go through craziness with them and them, doing all kind of crazy stuff? I don't think so. I don't think people purposely put themselves in a situation like that. I think you going into it thinking the best. You think, oh well, I'll give it some time, he'll change. It's like women who be in relationships with a man and they stay with the guy. Oh, I'll move him in. And we'll live together for a while, and then he gonna marry me. Or I have a baby for him, and then he gonna marry me. And you have a baby for him, y'all live together, and he still don't marry you.
This ain't 1850.
They be thinking that it'll just, evolve into it, I guess.
People.
And when it don't, it be depressing.
Well, people stop doing that because that ain't how it goes. You love the person, he loves you, he asked you to marry him, or you asked him to marry you, and he said yes, or you said yes, and evaluate your situation. It's a fucking business agreement. Really. That's what marriage papers are. Business agreement. We're going to take care of each other until you die. And then I'm going to put you away, or you're going to put me away. And then you move on to the next person. It's a business agreement. We're going to have some children, and we're going to raise them together. It's all an arrangement. It's an agreement. And if that person don't seem like he's into an agreement, then you should have seen that before. You should have seen that coming. It's just like right before the storm. You hear the wind. You see the rain.
And you know what? 9 times out of 10, if you're in a relationship with somebody and they are still trying to, you're trying to hold on and wait for them to grow up and become the person that you really want them to be, it don't typically happen that way.
And then there'd be like 6 other people that showed up and it was that while you was waiting on this fool.
And when that person finally grow up and really get it, they move on to somebody else
that they want to do that with and for.
Right. They don't be at the point where they want to do that with you. But you holding it down, trying to wait, and then y'all wind up breaking up, and then go do the very same thing that you wanted to do with somebody else.
I'm going to take all the work that you put in and put it in on somebody else. And you got the 2 kids for it.
And then sometimes they don't do nothing for your kids. They go off and have other kids. And
that's what I'm saying.
And marry a woman, do something for her kids and her, and then you just sitting there.
Yeah, you're sitting there taking nothing.
That's not good.
What's there?
That's not good.
But anyway, YouTube, that's our life. That we let you in a little bit. Let you in on.
Oh, that is not our life.
Well, it's a piece of it. We let you in on some of it. You see who we are. You see, we come from two different types of arguments, but somehow it works because we work on it. Y'all have a good one.